Greetings everyone, welcome to another edition of Spinning Our Wheels. My name is Jeff Duncan, I'm the co-host of the show. I'm going to bring you a little bit of news about the Lone Star Garden Tractor Pullers Association and some random motorsports news from the Northeast Texas area. This is the second edition of our show. We're going to try to run through some stuff really fast, and to help me do that, I'm going to bring on my co-host, the 2017 LSGTPA Youth Champion, Lane Duncan. Lane, welcome to your show. I know this is the spring break edition to the show for you, so I hope you're going to have a good one. Do you have any big plans? Well, let's go on to something a little more interesting. We just got back from the 2017 Autorama, Dallas Autorama. We put our tractor in there. The Texas T-Rex was on display, and we had the Hovines with the Mean Green pulling team machines were up there. We had Aiden's tractor, Yes Deer, and the Bad Idea, the new turbo diesel that's coming to town to compete this year. We had a big time up there at the Dallas Autorama at Dallas Market Hall. Had a lot of guests. I think they reported 46,000 guests through the door over that weekend. So that was pretty good. We had some celebrities stop by. We had Sue from Gas Monkey Garage stop by and actually sat on Steve's new turbo diesel tractor. I don't think she found it was very comfortable, so maybe he can swing a deal to get him a upholstered seat from up there out of the ASM Auto Upholstery. We had Jason and Haley Harrelson stop by. I was glad to see them. Haley's actually performed the national anthems for us a few times, and her husband Jason actually printed the graphics for the Texas T-Rex that's been on our tractor since 2009. So it was pretty cool to have them stop by and hang out with us a little while. We had David Sewell from Sewell Tech, long lost friend of ours that we rarely see anymore, but he stopped by, knew we were up there. So we had a big time. We were up there. You got an autograph from Big Show, the wrestler, and of course we had Tom Wopat and Catherine Bach from the Dukes of Hazzard. They were out there by us and had a big crowd up there. So it was a lot of fun. What did you have anything special that you took from the Autorama? We saw lots of machines, lots of cars. You actually got an award.
Yeah.
The T-Rex. You got a
first place
in the pulling vehicle class.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool. And we'll send a shout out to Steve and Aiden for coming up there. We were up there all weekend, and it's a little bit of work. You got to go up there on a Thursday morning and unload the setup, and then we're up there Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, and it was fun hanging out with Steve. And we had Paul Smith came up to hang out for a little while. He had a lot of Volkswagen buddies that were up there at the show, so we were happy to see Paul and got to visit with them a little bit. But the big news, I guess, from the show was that we released the 2017 LSGTPA polling schedule, and we wanted to go over that real quick and just bring some attention to some of the polls. You can go to lsgtpa.com and see the actual schedule, and right prior to the events, there's a little tab you can click on with information, and it has maps and the times and everything to the track, the addresses you can key into your GPS, and it'll get you right there. This year our kickoff event is going to be in Whitewright, Texas on April the 1st. And it's my understanding that they're going to have antique tractor pulls early in the day from the HWH antique pullers. Then the LSGTPA, I believe we're going to run one round of pulling then. And then that evening we're going to have the Texas Tractor and Truck Pullers Association in town with the big tractors. That'll be an exciting show, and then we're going to run another round of competition that night with them, and that's going to be a great show. And then we're going to roll back into Cooper, Texas. We're always glad to go up there with our friends and family. That's going to be on April the 8th. And if you go to Delta County Chamber of Commerce on Facebook, they have forums and stuff on there for vendors. If you're a vendor, they've got some really nice pricing for vendors to set up. It's their livestock show in the morning, and then the LSGTPA event is at 2 p.m. I believe. So go to Delta County Chamber of Commerce on Facebook and check that out, especially if you're a vendor. You should get in on that. It's a pretty good deal. And we're happy to have Rocky and Gus.
Shout out to Rocky.
Preparing the track.
Makes our track.
That'll be good. And then we have Greenville. Greenville's a doubleheader. It's the Hunt County Fair. It's April 21st and 22nd. That's always a fun event. It's at night, and the fair is going on too, so we can get corny dogs and you can come hang out with us at the Hunt County Fair in Greenville, Texas. We have a new national anthem singer that's already agreed to come out and sing that night. Avery McFadden is going to come out and sing the national anthem on Saturday night, and she'll be great. So come out. That'll be a great show. Bonham, always one of our favorite tracks. That's going to be on May the 6th this year. I think that's with their heritage. Their what's it? Bonham
Heritage Week.
It is the Bonham Heritage Days Festival. They have stuff going on all day Saturday, and we actually pull down at Powder Creek Park by the historic depot that they have down there, and that's a great place to come spend the afternoon with us there. And we always try to stop by the Wyndham Feed Sack on the way back.
Yep, it's really good
to eat. A lot of our schedules, when we look at the schedules, the first thing we think of, other than the town, the very next thing we think of is where we can eat at the town. So it's always fun when the schedule comes out. We're already mapping out the restaurants where we're going to go eat. Lindsay Truck and Tractor Pull is going to be July 21st and 22nd. That's a doubleheader event too. We usually spend the night down there, and that's another restaurant down there that Dowder Brothers restaurant is there in Lindsay, and it's an awesome place to eat. I'm sure we'll figure out a way to visit them again. Doug Balth and his crew up there always put on a great show, so we'll be excited to get back to Lindsay. August the 9th, we'll be over in Blue Ridge, Texas at the Bill Halter Memorial Pole, and that's where Cattleman's Cafe is right down the street. For those that might need a bite to eat, come early and then come to the pool. Farmersville's October the 7th. That's always a great show. They have a lot of festivities going on there too. That's with their Old Town or Old Time Saturday event, October the 7th. And then Sulphur Springs, we'll be back up there, I think, October 21st.
Yep.
And we can usually find something to eat at White Oak Buffet over there in Sulphur Springs. Go to the www.lsgtpa.com website. Check out the schedule. Pick an event that's close to you, and try to come out and see an LSGTPA show. It'll be a good time. The shows, we always have 2 rounds of tractor pulling action, and it starts with the youth class, and then we go up to the super rods, and then they start over and run them through again. So you get to see everybody pull twice. And speaking of that, we got a few new tractors that'll be out this year. Tell us about the T-Rex. We made a little change to that one the other day.
Yeah, we took the cage off the T-Rex, and we also rescored the weight.
Rescaled it.
Rescaled the weight of the T-Rex.
Yeah, we took quite a bit of weight off with that cage. That cage weighs about 50 pounds by the time we were done taking it off. So we had you ate a few more cheeseburgers, and then we stacked a few more weights under the seat and back there on the back, so hopefully we have it back like it was as far as weight.
The Longhorn Express Pulling Team has a new addition to their team.
They do. They have an exciting new
Super Rod Ford with a 289 cubic inch motor.
Yeah, so for all the Blue Oval fans, all the Ford Motorsports fans, you got something to cheer about this year as the Langhams and the Longhorn Express Pulling Team are going to roll out their new Ford 289 cubic inches, and I've already heard it run. It sounds mean. So I'll be excited to see that run. Even though I might not be a Ford fan, it's good to see that competition come in there. So now we're represented by Chevrolets, the Dodge for the Mopar guys, and then now the Ford guys. So everybody will have something to cheer about now.
For the Mean Green Pulling Team, they have a new addition as well. They have a 250 horsepower turbo diesel, which is going to be really cool.
That one came from up north, and it's pretty competitive. Steve Hovine and his camp, along with the Outlaw Pulling Team with John Offenkamp, they drove to Columbus, where these tractors that they have run and been friends with, they went up there where the competition is really tough. And Steve actually won one night up there with his turbo diesel entry. And Offenkamp did really well against some stacked competition. He did really well up there as well. and I think he's got his tractor apart, getting a new paint job this year.
Yep, he's got a new paint job.
It'll be good to see what changes he might have made, and to see it with the new paint job on there. We're excited to see that again.
We also, this year we have a new team, and they're going to be driving the Instigator. That team is going to be with Steve Bowerman and his daughter Madison.
Right, that's in the new hot stock class. They've tweaked the rules a little bit, so they're allowing those tractors to run a little harder. They're going to make a little more power. That'll be a really interesting tractor to see how it competes with our hot stock tractors that are already running. So that'll be an interesting class. Interested to see what they do. We have Marshall Joyce that we welcome to the club. His son Dylan, they're going to debut a new, it'll be in one of the stock classes. It'll be a belt drive tractor, so we're excited. You don't have a lot of belt drive tractors in the club, and those guys, they drag race, and we've seen the kind of cars that they have, and I'm certain that the tractor is going to be competitive. I'm excited to see them come out, and I also spoke on the phone the other day to a friend of mine that's kind of interested in the class, Doyle Smith. He actually runs a fuel altered right now, drag racing. He runs the chemical reaction fuel altered, and he showed a little interest in getting, maybe coming out and watching a tractor pull. And I don't think it would take a whole lot to get him to maybe twist his arm a little bit and get him out. I'd like to have him out there. That's some of the pulls we're going to have this year, and some of the new pullers that we're going to have. Just a couple of random things. Along talking about Marshall Joyce, he's going to be actually racing here pretty soon. April the 29th up at Parish Drag Strip. They're having a Grudgment Day, they call it. There's a lot of heads up racing that's going to be there. It's no handicap, no bracket racing. These are heads up door slammer races. They've got a few different classes based on tire size and what kind of power adders that you may be running. But that's going to be a great show. We're going to try to go up there. It's in between pools. We're going to try to go up there and hang out with those guys and visit with Marshall and root them on up there April 29th. Go to Paris Drag Strip's Facebook page. Get the details on that. That's going to be an awesome show. If you like any kind of drag racing and you're going to be anywhere in the Paris area on April 29th, I'd suggest you try to get up that way for that.
Speaking of random, Ivanka Trump, Trump's daughter, she went to the Monster Jam, and she and her son got to sit in the monster truck, as most of us all know, Gravedigger, which was really cool. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. I was kind of surprised to see that. She posted some pictures on Instagram, and I thought that was really cool too. They went to the Monster Jam that day, and then that night they went to Royal Farms Arena up in Baltimore. And so that day they were at the Monster Jam watching the big trucks, and then that night she was, her and her husband Jared were back at the White House for the governor's ball. So she's hanging out in the pits at the Monster Jam during the day, and then back at the White House doing work for the country at night. I thought that was pretty cool. Also pretty cool was Jay Leno.
Yeah.
We saw some footage. The Beer Money Polling Team put out some footage of Jay Leno driving a mini rod up in Indio, California at a tractor pull. I saw that video. It was a wild ride. He was on and off the throttle, and it was bucking and bouncing down across there, and it made me laugh. But it's pretty cool that of course Jay Leno, he's a motorsports nut. He's a motorhead anyway. So I guess had seen the tractor pulls, heard about them, went out there to check it out, and ended up in the seat of one. So I thought that was pretty cool. Some little sad news in the world of drag racing is Texas Raceway in Kennedale is closing. We knew the rumors were out there that was going to happen, and we're sad to see that happen. They started, I think, in 1961, so that's 56 years of drag racing. Lane and I have been out there. I pushed Lane in a stroller out there watching the pro mods and a lot of cars out there. We had a lot of friends that race out there, and we've raced out there several times. And sad to see that go, but want to thank everybody that was involved in Kennedale, Texas Raceway for all those years. It's just something that happens, and our thoughts are with all those. I know there's a lot of people that are sad about it, but they'll find other homes and other places to go race, and so we'll cheer them on wherever they might be going. I know the Texas Motorplex has taken a lot of the pro mod races, and so we're going to go out there and support those guys at the Texas Motorplex. And I think we'll wrap up the show. We want to send a couple of little random shouts out. Wisconsin Polling Promoters, they gave us a shout out the other day. We appreciate those guys. We tune into their show up there out of New Glarus, Wisconsin, I believe it is. Polling Radio Network, those guys give us a shout out, and we appreciate those guys when we can. There's something too that this year, whenever you come out to one of these LSGTPA events, take some pictures, post them up on Instagram, tag some of us, or share them with us. There's been a lot of fan photos and stuff that come around, just like the Trumps out there at the monster truck rally. It was pretty cool seeing someone else sharing those pictures, and we post a lot of pictures, but it's cool when we see other people posting them too. So just try to post those up. If you go to an event, take a couple pictures. We had a lot of people sitting on the tractors at the Autorama. If you get to a track, I don't know if everyone will do it, but if you come by our pit, if you got a kid you want to put on one of the tractors and snap a picture real quick, just come up to us and we can hook you up with that. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up with our spring break edition of Spinning Our Wheels. Hope all you guys that are having spring break this year or this week or next week have a great one. Come see us at an event, and we'll see you on the track.